Hello friends, the first topic today we are going to discuss is about Paika rebellion. So recently it was news like on 16th April our Prime Minister Narendra Modi honored the Paika descendants of 16 families who were associated with this rebellion of 1817, and this is a very little known rebellion of Odisha against the British colonialism. And what is basically Paika rebellion? So it was started. The British started the tinkering the revenue system in 1803. The farming communities rose against this tinkering. So it was led by Jagabandhu Vidyadhar, Bakshi Jagabandhu Vidyadhar, the military chief of the King of Kurda. He led the army of the Paikas, forcing the British East India Company forces to retreat. So it was a bloody rebellion, and although it took place before 1857, but it did not in 1817 it happened. So, but it did not get the similar recognition. So it took place when the British East India Company wrested the rent-free land that had been given to the Pikes for the military service to the King of Kurda. So why did Modi ji honor the people? It's been 200 years since this rebellion took place, and our finance minister during the budget also said that 200 years ago in 1857 a valiant uprising of soldiers led by Bakshi Jagabandhu took place in Kurda of Odisha, and we will commemorate the same appropriately. So yeah, this can come in prelims, so remember it. The next topic we are going to study is about Jaimini Roy. So recently Google celebrated his 130th birth anniversary, and he is one of the big names in the 28th century Indian art. So this guy Jaimini Roy was a graduate from Government College of Art, Kolkata, and he was the pupil of Abhinandra Tagore. So Abhinandra Tagore was the creator of the Indian Society of Oriental Art, and he was also an important figure in Indian art history. So this Jaimini Roy Google Doodle head came, and he was one who started his career spanning over 6 decades as a commissioned portrait artist, but soon he gave up and began experimenting with the Indian folk art. He took lessons from Patua. What is Patua? Patua is a community known for their traditional occupation of painting idols to better his craft at Kali Ghat painting. So Kali Ghat painting is a form of painting in West Bengal region. Basically the name comes from this place Kali Ghat, where goddess Kali is revered. So some of the other famous works of Jaimini Rao include the Ramayana, a magnum opus spreading over 17 canvases, then Gopini and 2 companions, mother and child, Bengali woman, and 3 men in boat. His work, however, wasn't limited to painting alone. His wooden sculptures rooted in the Indian villages reflect the traditional art of Bengal. Okay, the Jaimini work exhibits bold colors of red, yellow, ochre, blue, and white, and he brought versatility and emotion to the folk art. While a painting of a Santhal woman oozes sensuousness, the 3 pujarinis are very traditional looking almond-eyed women. So this is something about his art, and he had received many awards, and he is a Padma Bhushan awardee in 1955, and the Archaeological Survey of India declared him as one of the 9 masters to be treated as a treasure. So kind of he was a great, and a question might just come regarding him. The next topic we are going to study is Tista River, because this is a very hot topic and it's related to India-Bangladesh relationships. So now firstly we will see what is Tista River, the factual data. Like, it is known as the Lifeline of Sikkim, and it makes a border between Sikkim and West Bengal before joining Brahmaputra as a tributary in Bangladesh. So when it enters Bangladesh, it is called as Jamuna, and Brahmaputra, when it enters Bangladesh, it is called as Padma. So both of them join together, and then they join Ganga, which is probably known as Manzra, and together they meet the Bay of Bengal. So basically Tista River का जो length है, it is 315 kilometers, and it originates in Solamo Lake in North Sikkim, and it's formed by melting of the Tista Khansei glacier just before the Tista Bridge, which joins Kalimpong with Darjeeling. The river is made by its main tributary, the Ranjit river. So this is a factual data. At this point, it changes course southwards, flowing into West Bengal. The river hits the plains at Sevoke at distance of 22 kilometers from Siliguri. This is not that important. And then the river courses its way to Jalpaiguri and then to Rangpur district of West Bengal of Bangladesh, before finally merging to the mighty Brahmaputra at Fulkori. So this was factual data. Now we'll move towards what is the issue between India and Bangladesh regarding Tista river. So negotiations for sharing of this river started since 1983, and in 2011 an interim deal was proposed to be signed which allocated 42.5% Tista's water to India and 37.5% to Bangladesh, and 20% will be for a free flow. So 42.5 plus 37.5 amounts to 80% and 20% for free flow. But the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, opposed this bill, and as a result of which the bill was shelved. So this opposition is continued till date today also, because what she regards is like that 20% she adds to the 37.5% of Bangladesh. So she says that it is 57.5%, and this will be against her political interest in West Bengal, as a result of which she is not agreeing to the Tista Water Treaty. As far as politics is concerned, unlike Ganga water sharing in 1996 or the recent exchange of enclaves with Bangladesh, there exists very little opposition for Tista river water treaty even in North Bengal, where the river flows. But however, Mamata Banerjee has proposed recently that linking of the three more rivers in North Bengal with Tista, so that there will be enough water to share. But this proposal is termed unviable, as the river mentioned by Banerjee originates in Bhutan and flows in different gradients when compared with Tista. So it's practically impossible. See, as far as Tista Water River Treaty is concerned, it is very important as far as India-Bangladesh relations are concerned. Like in 2019, there is to be an elections in Bangladesh, and Sheikh Hasina, who belongs to Awami League, will face the polls. And Tista water is an emotional issue in Bangladesh, as a result of which almost half of the Bangladesh depends on this water, and if ample amount of water is given to Bangladesh, like the 37.5% which they are saying, they could grow twice in the year. Right now they grow only once in the year. So it's a very emotional issue there, and this Awami League, Awami party of Sheikh Hasina is a pro-India party. So the other opposition party, that is the Bangladesh National Party, which is led by Khalida Zia, is not pro-India and it is pro-Pakistan. So it is in the interest of India that we sign this treaty with Bangladesh, and which will lead to success in the next elections of Sheikh Hasina in Bangladesh. However, as we have seen that Mamata Banerjee has been opposing this river. Having said that, even if that is the case, what we can do is there is a provision in the Constitution of India which says that subjects in the state list could be overlooked when international treaties are to be signed. So that is one way that could be done. But given the opposition of West Bengal and things like cooperative federalism, there are some issues involved. But this is the issue. And some other information regarding Tista is that hydropower generation in Tista river is another point of contention between India and Bangladesh. In Sikkim alone, there are at least 26 projects that produce 50,000 megawatt of power. With Banerjee's tough stance, Bangladesh may approach an international court or demand share from the hydroelectricity generated in Sikkim. So these are the issues involved as far as Tista water is concerned. The fourth topic today we are going to discuss is about the Urja Ganga scheme. This is basically a gas pipeline project which aims to provide piped cooking gas, that is the PNG, to the residents of the eastern region of the country, and CNG gas for the vehicles. The key facts are this is in the eastern part of this our country, and as we are seeing in the map, it covers the region of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, and Odisha. The project is being implemented by the state-run utility GAIL, that is the Gas Authority of India Limited, and it envisages laying of 2050 kilometers pipeline connecting Jagdishpur, which is in Uttar Pradesh, to Haldia, which is in West Bengal, by 2018. From Varanasi's perspective, 50,000 households and 20,000 vehicles will get cleaner and cheaper fuel, PNG and CNG gas respectively, which is our Honorable Prime Minister's constituency. And the project is considered as a major step towards collective growth and development of eastern region of India. Under it, overall 20 lakh households will get PNG connections. Great. The Urja Ganga project also augments existing GAIL's network of trunk pipelines covering the length of around 11,000 kilometers by 2540 kilometers. So this is the factual data. You need to remember that it's in the eastern part of the country, and basically the project work involves Jagdishpur, Haldia and Bokaro Dhamra natural gas pipeline. Dhamra is in Odisha. The project will begin and will be completed between 2018 and 2020. 7 East India cities like the Varanasi, Jamshedpur, Patna, Ranchi, Kolkata, Bhubaneswar, Cuttack will be the major beneficiaries of this network development. Besides, LNG terminal at Dhamra, which is also a port, will provide clean fuel to the industrial development of eastern states of UP, Jharkhand, Bihar, West Bengal, Odisha. 25 industrial clusters in these 5 states will be developed using gas from this pipeline. Besides, 40 districts and 2600 villages will benefit from this project. It will also help in a revival of defunct fertilizer plants in Barauni in Bihar, Gorakhpur in UP, Sindri in Jharkhand, and Durgapur in West Bengal. So these basically are fertilizer plants, and because of lack of gas supply, they were defunct. So now with Urja Ganga project, they will again be rejuvenated. So that was the 4th topic, and now we move towards the 5th topic, that is Namami Brahmaputra. So you must have heard about Namami Gange, but Namami Brahmaputra is also something which is on paper and has been worked out. So Namami Brahmaputra, unlike Namami Gange, is not a big project, but it's a river festival. It's the biggest river festival of India, and it was celebrated in the 21 districts of Assam on March 31. So it was a 5-day festival, and factual data is that Brahmaputra is considered the only male river in our country. The rest all are females. Various cultural programs, traditional sports, Brahmaputra Aarti, exhibition, film shows, seminars and competitions were the part of the festival. The spiritual leader Dalai Lama and several union ministers also attended the festival, and this festival was basically to give a boost to the investment and tourism prospect of the state of Assam. Prime Minister of Bhutan, Governor of Assam, Chief Minister of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh attended the inaugural ceremony. The next topic we are going to see is the NC ladders. So what is NC ladders? So it's the Saturn's moon, which is called as NC ladders, and NASA recently had announced that Saturn's 6th largest moon, NC ladders, and the Jupiter's 4th largest moon, that's Europa, may be habitable as they have the necessary ingredients required to sustain life. Great. So the key ingredients for life क्या है कि उधर liquid water होना चाहिए. It must be have a source of energy for metabolism, and chemicals such as carbohydrates, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus and sulfur must be present there. Findings were made by NASA with the help of Cassini-Huygens. What is Cassini-Huygens? This is an unmanned spacecraft which has been sent to study Saturn in 1997, and it studies the Saturn, its rings and its moons. So 1997 में भेजा था, 20 साल बाद कुछ उसने भेजा है info. and the help of Hubble telescope was also taken. So Hubble telescope is basically an astronomical telescope, and India had also recently sent one astronomical telescope, which was the first of its kind from India, and it's known as the AstroSat. So it's a telescope which will be in the sky or in the space, you may better. So what were the salient findings of this NASA? So they found that the Saturn's moon Enceladus has a higher possibility of hosting life than the Jupiter's Europa. It found that the chemical energy on which the life forms can feed were found on this Enceladus. So Enceladus is a small icy moon which has an abundance of hydrogen molecules in water plumes. तो उधर वाटर प्लूम्स पाए गए थे जैसे अर्थ पे पाए गए थे जो अपना जो and 98% of the gas in these plumes were found to be in water and 1% is hydrogen and the remaining is a mixture of molecules of carbon dioxide, methane and ammonia. So the underwater vents present on this moon resemble the vents present on Earth's ocean floors where microbes and other sea life congregate. So scientists are expecting that there is a potential for life even in these vents as microbes flourish on Earth in hot cracks on the ocean floors where sunlight cannot penetrate, and microbes are capable of using the process of methanogenesis in which hydrogen is combined with CO2 dissolved in the water to obtain energy. So basically methane मिल गया मतलब there is a possibility of life there. So that's the point which needs to be taken, and it could be asked as what is Enceladus, and so the answer will be it's a moon of Saturn. You need to know about Cassini uses, you need to know about this
Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is
basically a campaign started by Ministry of
also Titan is one
of
of
Government
the
of
moons
India
of
program to
Saturn.
uplift the rural India.
So
So
now
what
the
basic is
second
there in this? So it's a program being launched in the collaboration with IITs, NITs and other government engineering institutes like COEP Pune, and it's being implemented across the country. It's being coordinated and steered by IIT Delhi, and the program involves engaging with neighboring communities and using technologies for their upliftment. So basically we are trying to connect our institutes, their expertise, their knowledge, their innovation techniques, their technology which could be used for rural development of our country. So Gandhiji's vision move towards the villages is what is tried to be achieved through this Abhiyan. The next topic which we are going to discuss is about Udham Singh. So in every episode we are discussing one personality, and today we are discussing about Udham Singh, and basically Udham Singh was one who assassinated Michael O'Diver. So yeah, who was avenged it for Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So who was Udham Singh? Udham Singh was basically the eyewitness of Jallianwala Bagh massacre as he was serving water to the crowd gathered along with his friends. And we know what happened at Jallianwala Bagh. General O'Dwyer, General Dyer was the one who told to fire, and many people died in this massacre. So, but what happened was that he considered Governor of Punjab Michael O'Dwyer to be the original culprit, as he had supported the massacre. So he assassinated him, and he was deeply influenced by Hindustan Socialist Republic Army and was a member of the Ghadar party. He returned to India on order by Bhagat Singh with revolvers and ammunition along with 25 associates, and he was caught for possessing these unlicensed arms but was released in 1931. However, he escaped to Germany by Kashmir Way and evaded surveillance by British police. He reached London in 1934 and he planned to assassinate Reginald Dyer, but it was debated that it was Reginald Dyer or Michael O'Dwyer. He shot Michael twice in Caxton Hall by revolver given to him by Puran Singh Bhujan. He went on a 42-day hunger strike in jail and was forcibly fed. He was formally charged for killing Michael O'Dyer on April 1, 1940 and was sentenced to death. On 31 July 1940, he was hanged at Pentonville prison and was buried within the British prison grounds. Udham Singh's actions were condemned by Gandhiji and Nehru, but most of the commoners and other aggressive leaders said that it is an important action for Indian independence struggle. Later on, Nehru applauded his actions in 1962 and used the word Shahid-e-Azam for him. The Times of London had called him the fighter for freedom, and the budgeter in Rome also praised him. So this was basically about Udham Singh. And now the ninth topic we are going to study is about HIV and AIDS, Prevention and Control Bill 2014. So this is yet a bill, and many amendments to this were recently passed by the cabinet. However, it has not become an act, but UPSC does not see whether it's a bill or an act. Nowadays they are asking even the draft bills, so we need to discuss it. So basically the various grounds on which discrimination against HIV positive persons and those living with them are prohibited in this bill, regarding employment, educational establishments, healthcare services, residing or renting property, standing for property or public, private office, provision of insurance. So this bill is up for discussion and passage in Lok Sabha, and the key points you need to know about this bill and its provisions are: it aims to end the epidemic by 2030 in accordance with the SDGs set by the United Nations. There are approximately 21 lakh persons living with HIV in India. And the bill has been drafted to safeguard the rights of the people living with HIV and affected by HIV. The provisions of the bill to address HIV related discrimination strengthen the existing program by bringing in legal accountability and establish formal mechanisms for inquiring into complaints and redressing grievances. A person living with AIDS cannot be treated unfairly at employment, educational establishment, renting a property, standing for public or private office, or providing healthcare and insurance services, as we had seen earlier. The bill also aims to enhance access to healthcare services by ensuring informed consent and confidentiality for HIV related testing, treatment and clinical research. Every HIV infected or affected person below the age of 18 years has the right to reside in a shared household and enjoy the facilities of the household. The bill prohibits any individual from publishing information or advocating feelings of hatred against HIV positive persons and those living with them. No person shall be compelled to disclose his or her HIV status except with their informed consent and if required by a court order. The state and the central government should ensure prevention of the spread of HIV and AIDS, provide antiretroviral therapy, that's ART, and facilitate access to welfare schemes, especially for women and child. Every person in the care and custody of the state shall have the right to HIV prevention, testing, treatment and counseling services. The bill suggests that the cases relating to HIV positive persons shall be disposed of by the court on priority basis and duly ensuring the confidentiality. So these were basically some salient features of this bill which we discussed right now. Now the last topic which we are going to see today is regarding Bharat Ke Veer app. So this app was basically mooted by the film star Akshay Kumar, and so the Union Ministry of Home Affairs launched this web portal and mobile application named Bharat Ke Veer to enable people to contribute towards family of martyrs from Central Paramilitary Forces. So it was launched on the occasion of the day of CRPF Valor Day, which was observed on 9 April, and this is like how it looks, the app and the website. And the key facts are that the portal and application is an IT-based platform to enable willing donors to contribute towards the family of the brave heart who had sacrificed their life in the line of duty or towards the Bharat Ke Veer corpus. This online donation platform is technically supported by the NIC and is powered by SBI Bank. The amounts donated through it will be credited to the account of the next of the kin of the CAPF or the Central Paramilitary Force soldiers. So one factual point to be remembered here is that this is for Central Armed Police Forces or Paramilitary Forces. It does not include the army technically. To ensure maximum coverage, a cap of rupees 15 lakh is imposed on donation, and the donors will be alerted if amount exceeds. So they can choose to divert part of the donation to another account or the corpus. Bharat Ke Veer corpus will be managed by a committee made up of eminent persons of repute and senior government officials. The committee will decide to the disbursement of the fund equitably to the Brevards family on need basis.